You're sitting on the bed with the suitcase half open, the zipper catching on a shirt, the bathroom counter lined with tiny toiletry bottles, and the TV tuned to a travel channel you barely hear. The hotel lamp throws a warm circle on the luggage. Your phone shows the flight time in bold, and in your head, every rule sounds like a new emergency. Liquids, batteries, heavy bags, fees. That moment, one foot in the door, one hand on the zipper, is exactly where most nervous travelers stand. Start with the facts you can control at home.
If your flight happens to be canceled or delayed, Compensair will help you get compensation for the inconvenience and get your money back without wasting time on red tape. Get a refund for your canceled flight right.
First, check your airline's baggage allowance on the confirmation email or the airline website. Both carry on dimensions and weight for your fare class. Weigh your packed bag on a bathroom scale before you leave. Lift the bag on the scale, then weigh yourself holding it and subtract. That's a quick home check that mirrors the airport scale. Put heavier, non-fragile items near the wheels in a checked bag or low in the carry-on so the bag stays balanced. Use packing cubes or compression folders to keep shoes and clothes organized and reduce gaps that make you overpack. Next, sort items by where they should go: security tray, carry-on, or checked. Essentials for the security tray: belt, watch, phone, keys, and your liquids bag. Liquids under 100 milliliters, 3.4 ounces, go in a clear, quart-sized bag and must be accessible for screening. Electronics larger than a phone go in your carry-on and come out into a tray at TSA if asked. Anything with a lithium battery or spare battery, power banks, extra camera batteries, must stay in your carry-on, not checked. Sharp items, full-size aerosols, and many sports items go in checked baggage only, if they're allowed at all. Why these rules exist? Think of the plane cabin and cargo hold like two different houses with different safety systems. The cabin is supervised, staffed, and reachable. You can remove a laptop mid-flight if needed. The hold is dark and inaccessible in the air. Batteries can overheat and need supervision. Liquids can spill on electronics. Oversized aerosols can change pressure. Picture a cooling fan that keeps the cabin safe but doesn't reach the luggage compartment. That's why certain items are limited or forbidden in checked bags. Now, the practical numbers and the risks if you get them wrong. Liquids, 100 milliliters, 3.4 ounces per container, all in a single clear quart-size bag, no more than about a liter total. If you try to slip in a few larger bottles, you will likely be asked to discard them at security. Weight. Domestic US carry-on often has no weight limit on major carriers, but many international and low-cost airlines enforce a 7.10 kilograms, 15.22 pounds limit. Checked bag fees typically run $25, $60 for the first bag on US carriers, and $30, $100 plus on international routes, with heavy bag surcharges $75, $200. Missed flight risk. Arriving overweight at the gate or with a bag that's oversized can cause a last-minute check of your carry-on and delays of 10, 30 minutes, or force you to check at the gate and pay a fee. The worst case is missing boarding, as they close the gate while you repack. Here's the cheapest, safest, and most practical packing routine I use and recommend to nervous flyers. 1. Lay everything out the night before and sort into 3 piles: carry-on, checked, and maybe. The maybe pile is the one you sleep on. The morning self usually cuts that down by half. 2. Put liquids and toiletries in a see-through quart bag and place it at the top of your carry-on so you can pull it out in one motion at security. 3. Stow batteries, power banks, and expensive electronics in your carry-on in padded sleeves and keep cords in a small pouch. 4. Shoes and heavy items go low. Soft items like sweaters go around fragile items for padding. 5. Zip one pocket for documents, passport, boarding pass, and a pen for forms. A quick packing checklist. Quart bag with liquids, phone and charger, spare battery in carry-on, one outfit in carry-on if you have checked luggage, basic meds in original packaging, copies of your travel docs, and a small travel umbrella. If you follow that list, you'll avoid the most common security stops and gate surprises. Many useful links can be found in the description. Now for the trick many travelers miss: the airline fee and upsell play. Booking sites and some airlines display a seemingly free carry-on on the booking page for certain fares, but when you try to board, they have size or weight restrictions that effectively force budget passengers to buy priority boarding or a larger carry-on allowance. The ploy works like this. The checkboxes at booking show a bag icon, so you assume a carry-on is included. The fine print lists a strict size limit and an item called personal item only. When you get to the gate with a full-size carry-on, they call it oversize and charge $25, $60, or require you to check it at the gate. How to refuse or avoid it. Read the baggage allowance detail on the airline's site, not the third-party summary. Or pick a fare that explicitly says one carry-on and one personal item. If you already booked and see the bait and switch at check-in, request a supervisor and politely ask for the written policy. Airlines sometimes waive gate fees for honest miscommunication if you push calmly. One specific hidden fee to watch: the checked bag at the gate penalty. If your carry-on is forced to be checked at the jet bridge because of bin space or size, many airlines charge a gate check fee that's higher than the online checked bag rate. The safe move is to check your bag online at booking or at the kiosk to lock in the lower fee, or travel with a strict personal item only setup, small backpack, slim tote, that clearly fits under the seat. A useful everyday analogy for the rules. Think of packing like hosting a dinner party, where the host, the plane, has a small dining table and a locked basement. Anything fragile or needing supervision, you keep at the table where you can watch it. Anything heavy or potentially messy goes down to the basement where guests won't see it, but you can't access it while the party is running. That analogy explains why batteries and spare lithium items are treated like things you keep at the table, not the basement. If you're short on money and must choose between paying a baggage fee or risk, choose to pay for the checked bag when it's cheaper than a last-minute gate fee. It's often less costly, and you'll avoid the stress of gate repacking. Cost range recap. Domestic U.S. first checked bag, $25, $40 if purchased online. Gate check penalties, $40, $75 or higher. Overweight fees, $75, $200 depending on weight thresholds. The real worst case? Refusing to accept a required gate check for an oversized carry-on can mean being denied boarding if you can't resolve it quickly. That's rare, but possible when flights are full. 3 packing hacks that save both money and anxiety. 1. Keep one lightweight, collapsible tote inside your carry-on to use as your personal item on crowded flights. 2. Decant conditioner and shampoo into reusable 100 milliliter bottles, label them, and keep them always ready to slide into the quart bag. 3. Photograph receipts for expensive items and keep a photo of your passport ID page on cloud storage, so if something happens, you can prove ownership or identity instantly. Now, about liquids and meds. Prescription meds are allowed in carry-on in reasonable amounts, but keep them in original packaging and, if possible, carry a printed prescription or note from your doctor for security. If you need injectable meds or medical liquids larger than 100 milliliters, declare them at the checkpoint. TSA has procedures and allowances for medical needs. Over-the-counter meds are fine in carry-on, but bring only what you need. Excess quantities invite extra screening. Gate and carry-on strategy. Board with priority if you have an expensive carry-on you want in the bin.
If you don't want that fee, wear your bulkiest items on the plane, jacket, boots, and bring only a small personal item on board. Check the rest at the counter or buy the checked bag online to avoid the gate premium. When the gate agent starts asking about overhead space, be decisive. Offer to gate check non-essential carry-ons rather than hold up boarding. Final practical refusal script for upsells at the desk or gate. I booked a fare that listed a carry-on. Can you show me where that is written in the policy? I'm happy to pay the standard checked bag price now, but I won't pay a gate penalty caused by an unclear booking description. Calm, concise, and asking for a written reference often gets you a supervisor who can correct the error or reduce the fee. If you like short, practical checklists and want fewer airport surprises, subscribe and like. I post straightforward, no-nonsense packing and airport advice. If you have a specific item you're unsure about, drop it in the comments and I'll cover it in a follow-up. Thanks for sticking with this walkthrough. Pack smart, check measurements twice, and keep those batteries and liquids in the right place. You'll save time and avoid fees. Please like and subscribe for more clear travel advice.